This is the environmentally friendly house built by Sawyer McKee, Lyssa McKee's son. And we are going to take you on a tour. So we are starting in the horse barn. And we use horses to ride around our environmentally friendly location to keep us from using fossil fuels and things like that for transportation. So we are going to hop on our horse here, I think. There we go. And take you on a tour of our facility here. So a lot of our features are built into the cave, like our horse barn. That's why we're going up to get out of the barn. And that was so we didn't disrupt as much of the landscape as possible. And we weren't building on top of the landscape and causing a lot of use of wood and extra materials. We used the landscape that was already there and kind of built into it. So I think the first place we are going is, I don't know, take me wherever you want to go. We can do the windmill. All right, so the first place we're going to go is our wind energy. And so we have built a windmill here to help charge devices. Here in Minecraft, we use things called compasses, which are kind of like our GPSs. And so back here in the back where the horse is headed, oh, we're going to go up in the windmill first. Okay, so in the windmill, by the way, all of our buildings that we had to build, we tried to build them so they could also double as living spaces if needed. So you'll notice that this has lots of space. It's got lights and torches.
Here is the main lever to turn on the whole entire windmill. It doesn't actually work, but here are just some control switches.
So in a perfect world, the switches would turn on our windmill and the wind would blow it. But in Minecraft, you don't actually have wind. The only real weather we have in Minecraft is rain. So it doesn't actually produce wind, but in our perfect world, that would provide us with wind energy, which then would charge our charging station, which is behind the windmill, which we'll get to, maybe. Here we go. We'll get to. We're going to go down the ladder. There we go. There's our charging station, where we have all of the places to charge our devices. Absolutely, to protect it from the elements. All right, so next we're going to go wherever you want to go. We don't have to move.
Redstone lights have less light per
pollution, right? Is that the word you're looking for? So most of the torches that we use are redstone, which redstone's not an actual stone in the real world, but it's kind of the equivalent to like an LED light. It gives off way less light pollution and uses less electricity and resources than any other resource in the Minecraft world. So there's different types of torches in Minecraft, and that's the one that produces less. It is getting dark. Are we in creative mode? Yeah. Okay, then it doesn't matter, right?
And Mom's finding off.
Okay. All right, so next where are we going? Mushrooms. So this is our farm, and these are our mushrooms, which is just a breed of cow. So we breed our own cattle here. We have little ones that we can create. These guys also provide mushrooms, which is kind of like the equivalent to cows that would be dairy cows. And then they can also be harvested for meat. Before we harvest them for meat, though, they can be bred, so we can have little cows. And then those little cows can grow up to be big ones. So we continue the farming process, and they provide us with resources. Yes, and so they are not endangered, and we have lots of mushroom cows available, and they are very well taken care of. And they're pretty cute. I think the hive next on the way back. The hive. Yeah. Sometimes the horse likes to wander off. There's your horse. All right.
So you have to basically take a lead, which you can connect the animal's neck, and it won't hurt them or kill them. And you tie it to a fence, and they won't run off. But I don't have any fences on me.
No, because we didn't want to use more. We wouldn't want to put up more fences than we needed anyway to use more resources. So this is...
This is our mine.
Oh, this is our mine. So we mine a lot of our own resources. We try not to mine more than we need, but we did build our own mine to help us build our home and other things, the barn and stuff that we needed. So we made our own mine, so that way we're not importing anything. So that's our mine.
Get the heavy resources up and down.
Yep, so it uses an elevator with weights and things, and that power comes from the wind energy and some of the other energy sources that we will get to.
We are going to our honey farm next, which we have flowers to attract bees. And the reason these campfires are here, so we can heat the hives, and then the honey melts out, so it's easy to gather up the honey.
There we go. So that's our honey farm. So we produce our own honey because everybody needs something a little sweet. And we wouldn't want our own little plot of land here to not have sweet things because I like desserts. We need honey to make that happen. And the more we can bring in on our own, the better off we are.
And we're leaving the horse.
Okay. We're going to an energy source? Okay. Is that the solar? There we go.
Back here
So
is our really big elevator. So
which
this
is...
will get everything up. So the horses, we try not to work them so hard. So like we breed them with golden carrots, and it helps heal them up too. And so they can't come on here because it would take up too much energy, and we don't want to use that much since we try not to use that much, but we still have some things that we need to power.
Okay, back up to the back part of the elevator. What powers that elevator?
And the solar panel
there you go.
right next to it power.
So those black panels next on either side of the elevator are what power the elevator. And then you'll notice there's switches on the inside, and that's what turns the solar panels on and off and allows the elevator to go up. However, we don't have a down switch on our elevator because if you go up, you can just jump off our platform into the water. Except you missed the water, but that's all right. It's okay. You can stay down there. That's all right. So the water is deep enough that you can just dive into the water. And there's a dock down there that you would land on. So our elevator is only one way, which allows less energy use as well.
And then over here is where we butcher the cows. So over here, these are dispensers. And if you put like arrows or fire charges in them, when you cross something like a tripwire, you can connect it with redstone that we got from our mines. So the mines help made this, and then when you walk across this string right here, this little white line, it triggers these, and then it's going to shoot the cows and kill them.
Oh, all right. So that is our butchering facility that uses little to no energy, except for what we've got with our solar panels. And then down here by our dock, where's the boats? Where's the boats? The boats are my favorite. So our boats have these chests in them, and those chests represent our hydrogen fuel cells. So we don't have any cars because making cars uses lots of fossil fuels that we don't want to use, but we do have hydrogen fuel cells that power our boats that allow them to go faster and then turn around, like right behind you. There we go. We do have campfires sporadically throughout our location, and we use those campfires to burn biomass, so things like wood, and just extra scraps that we have that are things that we can safely burn. We burn in our campfires to help provide heat and maybe cooking sources. And then, you want to take them to the dam?
And then over here is a little stalk of wood.
Oh. Yeah, there's a wood pile. Oh, we're going to go in the house before we go to the dam? All right, so there's our geothermal energy, right? So we have a lava waterfall from inside our cave that we just naturally found, and so that's why we decided to build the house here. And it heats our home, and provides that geothermal energy to provide the heat that we need in the home. And then I think behind you, isn't that our water source?
Also, right here, the reason we have these bricks is so you like can't get up here.
Oh, because you catch on fire if you touch the lava, right? Yeah? Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we also can kill you when we don't want
No.
anybody to
No, we want safe geothermal energy. We do have a fresh water source in our home. So we use that for all of our water needs in our home. So that keeps us from having to filter water because it's coming straight from the mountain.
And it also has fish in it.
Oh, so there's fish in our fresh water source. So maybe we do need to filter it a little. But
And then campfires.
yep, there's another campfire. That's our nether portal. If you play Minecraft, you know, you know. There are our chests that we use for storage. They're all made out of wood because we wanted to use the least environmentally hurtful process possible. And then we did plant trees to replace the trees that we cut down to use those chests. So we did have to cut down trees to get that wood, but then we planted trees to replace those trees. And then I think
Here,
yeah.
we have our furnace room. We only use this furnace room if it is raining outside or snowing, because that would cut out our campfires and stuff. And that wood pile that I showed you earlier helps power all these furnaces.
Absolutely. And then I think those are, oh, the dam would be our last energy source. So our last source of energy, and it's daylight. We took you on a nighttime tour and we're back to daylight. So our last source of energy that we have is our hydroelectric energy, and this is our dam. And so it has turbines in it and all of the things. And then we also fish from this dam to try to utilize the fact that we are keeping fish from being able to go to their natural habitat. So we want to utilize it as much as possible and try not to cause as much disturbance to the natural landscape as possible, but that is a great way to provide more energy to our facility. So if you want to fly back upwards, dear, I think he's going to try to fly backwards here. So we can see, ooh, into the water. There we go. So you can see the whole house from above. And that is our greener home. And obviously this is a just grand scheme of an idea that isn't very realistic in the real world fit this way. But it is fun to think about all the things we can do.
We also have a herd pack over here that we help protect from being killed because they are close to being endangered.
Okay. All right. So that is what we have for you. And hopefully it gives some ideas of some ways that we can use green energy in the real world to help power our actual houses. Turn back around to the house. Do we even know where the house went? There it is. There's the house one last time.
Don't mind me just falling down. And that is it.